Look, everyone, we have what? Half hour here. This is a chance for us to critique respectfully your profile, give you some feedback on it. So if you want to be brave enough to do it, look, I know others benefit when we've done it in the past. It has been one of the most well received things that people get, not just from the people that come up, but the people that watch someone else go through it. So who do we have? I cannot see any names. Who do we have here waiting?
It's me. It's Christine Feedy.
Oh, Christine. Oh, there you go. All
I'm
right.
sorry. I'm getting ready to go to a party, so I'm trying to get dressed and all that. But anyway, my first comment is I wear sunglasses to hide my wrinkles. But anyway, I'm not going to do
See, you're
that.
hiding something though. You see?
Yeah, okay, but that's I agree. I don't think that's the best move for LinkedIn. Um, I just think that this is a good reminder. Like, I think my profile's pretty good. I did it myself. I listen to people like you and take suggestions. But I am pursuing a new credential now. So I'm like, oh, I should probably put that. I'll have my CSCP this year, right? I don't know. I didn't include that. And then I do say Chris Feedy when in that, I didn't know I had more than 20 seconds to say my name because people say Fed or Fetty, or they just get it all wrong. So I like that I can pronounce my name. It's just four letters, but people get it wrong all the time. But I like the suggestion that I can say how I help organizations or people or that sort of thing. So I did, yeah, I guess I just was glad I showed up today and that, I heard some of the things. I did put a new photo up. It's, it's black and white and I
I
wanted to
like
black.
it. I love it. It looks
Okay.
great, and I'm glad that just come up. Black and white photos, if they look like they're well done, absolutely. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think it's another way to stand out. And you have color photos in your banner, so that makes up for any people who are like, oh, I
Yeah.
like color. Well, you still have color there, but that professional profile picture looks great. You look beautiful, and it looks professional, and I think it's definitely well placed. You really do have, and I've known you for a while, Christine. You've definitely done a lot of work in your profile, and it really does look very sharp and clean. Like there's no doubt if I came to your profile that you're active and up to date, and I don't care really how like the fact that you posted something a day ago. That's great, but the rest of the profile screams you're active, you're there, and it's professional. And I love that you're using the rotating banner. That's something that is unique. It is, I think, a premium feature, you all. But if you can see Christine's, and if you go to mine too, she has a rotating banner on top, so you can add different things, that you want to highlight or share instead of having one busy banner. If you have premium, I like have one banner about who am I, one about what I do, one about the books I write, one about the shows I do. It kind of gives just a little bit of a highlight of separating it, because when it's all on one banner and you do a lot, it can get really busy and people don't look at it. So
I
kudos
have
to
to
you.
up my banner game though because yours is amazing. Yours is
It's
like so
great.
professional.
Don't compare. Look,
All
my
right.
marketing started like crap. It looked horrible. Not only that, an important tip for you all in the banners: check it on your laptop and check it on your phone. The mobile and the laptop, the way it displays the banner, it changes it. And what happens a lot of times is that part of your banner gets covered by your face. Like in the mobile, it will also you see the words are behind the head. But wait, on the laptop, I can see all the words. It's going to change. So look at both of them to make sure that nothing gets cropped out on the mobile versus the laptop. But don't compare yourself to anybody else. Compare. Is your next banner better than the previous one? You're doing great. That's all you need to worry
Okay.
about.
If you say so. Thank you. I also would like to be more proactively solicited. Like I don't feel like, I am currently happy where I am right now. I still feel like I feel like I could still contribute a lot more, and I'm limited in certain ways in this role because I want to change the whole organization, the way they do everything. But that's just me. I just see opportunity everywhere, and it's just how my brain works, and I get overloaded by all the
Well,
ideas I get.
Christine, here's what I'll say about this. two things. One, be careful with solicitations because you're at a current job. You don't want them to think that you don't want to be there so badly that everyone knows you're looking to leave. So make sure that when you solicit that you are fairly discreet in how you do it, looking for other opportunities that your current job doesn't really see it as a red flag. Two, I always tell people, when they say, I wish I got more solicitations to do things and opportunities, I always ask them, how much are you solicited? Are you going out there and reaching out to them? How often are you trying to network with them? Because it's a two-way street. You give as much as you get. So,
Well, you mean within my job, or I meant like on LinkedIn?
Outside.
Oh, okay, that's interesting. Okay.
So like I used to think, oh well, people, I'll have my recruitment open to work, not banner, but like just for recruiters to see. So it's not like publicly, but hey, I'm open to work outside if you have a job you think I might be interested in. And I used to think I'm going to wait and see what happens. Wait and see never works. Don't wait and see. Take action. So go ahead and turn on the banner, turn on the thing saying, hey, I'm passively looking or actively looking, but maybe you don't have the green banner so that everyone knows. But then what are you doing to let people know, the recruiters know that you are actively looking too? Are you going out there and reaching out to them? Are you liking their posts? Are you engaging with their comments? That's, again, I
never thought of that. I don't know why. I never. Well,
because we want that solicitation. We want that person to come and say, hey, I saw your stuff. I think you have the skills we want, and boom. And I call that the movie job. That's what we see in the movies and we wish happened to us. We've all wished it. We all want it. It's just the reality is it doesn't really happen that way. I mean, the best thing I've gotten close to is a friend of mine that I used to work with called me and said, hey, we have an opening for this. Would you be interested in interviewing for it? I said, sure. And I went through the interview process and I eventually got it. That's the closest. And that's because I knew somebody that worked for me before, not because they solicited me from just not knowing me. So,
well, I will say that my last two jobs, I was recruited from LinkedIn because, whatever, or they approached me on LinkedIn.
And that's good. Yeah. That's good. And that's where the bonus of being on LinkedIn and being active and visible is. When people are searching, that's how they find you. But I always tell people, don't wait and see, because you might not have anything come if that's the game you play. Wait and play to both sides, so that the wait and see, if they come at you, great, but what else are you doing in the meantime?
The last thing I'll say, as I spent a lot of time, is I do still get solicited, but I want to level up. So I'll say, like, it's either the same, it's just, it's sometimes things just don't fit anymore, whatever. Not that I'm so great, but I've outgrown certain things or whatever else, or it's not where I want to, maybe it's not even outgrowing it. I just not where I want to spend my focus. I know what I'm good at now.
Well, also be careful of the scams.
I've had those happen to me, Felipe. I learned, I'll just tell this fast story. Somebody scammed me because they came to me with this great opportunity. It was a little bit too perfect. And, it was a weird profile. Not that you can't, Pitney Bowes solicited me from their agency in London. It's not like that doesn't happen. This guy was from some weird country. I don't even remember. I don't want to say weird. I don't remember even, like obscure. And then he disappeared. So then somebody else approached me about a Gartner job, which was too much on the nose. First, I was excited, and it was so much on the nose that I actually went back and said, wait a minute, do you mind if we continue this conversation if you give me your work email address? And then they disappeared. Their profile disappeared. I think what people are doing with that scam is, what I've heard is they say that your LinkedIn profile needs to be done again and your resume. Like, they didn't ask me for money or social security number right away or anything like that.
You're coming to a lot of stuff, and I want to cover some specific things we can look at real quick. I appreciate you sharing that story. But the scams that I'm referring to are a little bit of everything. So you had an example there of a scam of somebody who reached out to you but isn't willing to give you contact information. Red flag. You get emails saying, hey, saw your profile, saw your resume online, whatever, have a great opportunity, send me your resume. You send your resume, they send it back. Like, this looks great. The only thing is that in order for it to be, in line for our applicant tracking system, we need it to be reformatted. We have a great resume writer that can help you with this. And then try to get somebody to pay. That's a scam. The other thing also is there are people, if you ever have anybody reach out to you, always check on them on LinkedIn. Because guess what? 9 out of 10 times when I get that little email about a job opportunity, and I get them regularly, I go to the LinkedIn, I pull them up, and I'm like, I'm not connected with them. They haven't viewed my profile. So I send them a message. Hey, want to make sure that with all the scam going on around the world right now, that this is not you, but I think somebody might be impersonating you. And sure enough, they are impersonating a recruiter or somebody using their picture and sending the email to you. So all those scams, y'all, please double check. Trust but validate. Inspect what you expect, because nothing's worse than someone having your information. And this goes all the way to, they'll offer you a job. They'll send you paperwork for new hire paperwork, get your social security, your driver's license, all that information. And then guess what? They disappear. Oh, and your bank account information for your direct deposit. And then guess what? Then they disappear. So you need to validate and trust. Don't wait until it's too late. All right? It's always, and feel free to check out, reach out to people that you know. Reach out to me. Hey, can you validate this person for me? Do you know if is there anything about them that looks sketchy? I'll be happy to share my opinion. But please, I'd rather have you do that than get scammed. All right, Jay, I know you made a comment that you had a question to ask. What's your question?
I totally forgot.
Okay. Mac, how about you? Let's go over to you. What do you thoughts about everything I shared?
Well, I was just thinking about what Christine was saying, and yourself there, Felipe, about the, being proactive when wanting other opportunities, but you're already in a specific role. And for somebody like Christine, one of the things that you can be doing that can get on the radar of all the right people is talking about the frustrations you see in business. When you post and say, hey, these are the kinds of things I'm seeing in organizations, and I really think these are the things that could make an impact. So you show off your expertise, you show that you're a thought leader in your space, and you then engage and ask people to respond and discuss the points that you feel should be done better. And what that does is give other employees an opportunity to see the skill set that you have and the interest levels that you have, because if that matches the values and the interest they have right now, guaranteed that when it comes to organizations, you'll tend to find people in your organization will be connected to other people in similar roles in other organizations, and people tend to follow the competition as well, even though they might not do it directly. They scrolling and they watching the feed, and by doing that and also engaging with organizations that kind of match the values that you would like to work with, by engaging with their company page posts, because the one bizarre thing that we see is that company page posts may get a lot of likes, but they hardly get any comments. And when you make a comment, the people that have liked or follow that page will see you in their feed. And that's a way for you to proactively inject yourself into the places you want to be. And
I like that.
Looking at your analytics, when you look at your analytics, because you're a premium member, you've got the scrolling banners, you can see what the job roles are and the organizations that are looking at your profile. If those aren't right, remember, you have trained the machine that is LinkedIn to show you what you see today. If you are not getting the right people looking at your account or the right companies, then that's because you haven't shown the machine, which is LinkedIn, by searching for the right things that you're not telling it, what am I interested in? Show me more of that. Because that's ultimately how the machine works. It wants to deliver and keep you on the platform. But people don't realize that, rubbish in, rubbish out.
Well, and it's not always rubbish, because, look, for a good 6 months, I started realizing I don't see anything in my feed about HR or recruitment or training. I'm like, why am I not seeing it? Like, the only thing I was seeing was all of my friends, all of you all, which is great.
Sorry.
No. Again, that's why I say it's not rubbish. I was seeing all of the people that I'm connected with and that I like their posts, but what that told me was I wasn't engaging enough with the people in the HR field and their posts in the past 6 months because none of their stuff was coming to my feed. So I wasn't, like Max said, I wasn't feeding LinkedIn what I liked and what I wanted to see for it to show it to me.
Yeah, it's just being a bit more intentional.
Yeah. So don't.
I have a quick comment.
Wait, don't scroll on LinkedIn like you would on TikTok. Be intentful, like Max said. All right, go ahead, Christine. What's your comment?
No, I agree. Like I was seeing you and you guys, and I love you guys and all that. But I have been trying to produce more thought leadership type content and videos. And I have noticed that I have gotten a lot more followers in supply chain, and my feed is reacting accordingly. But there's so much more I could do. I think a lot of times, so my company, and without getting into a whole spiel, does a lot of, besides certifications for individuals, we transform companies by building capability and all this other stuff. So I'd rather, a lot of individuals come to me for advice that want to get their credentials and want to be an expert in supply chain, but I want the companies to come to me too. So this was great because
so reach out to the companies and be visible on their company pages, like Max said. And and the other thing about that, what Christina was talking about, I think it's important that when you're out there and you're doing the stuff to be visible, make sure that you're actually, what my point just went whoosh. But all right, it'll come back to me. But before I say that, I do also want to make another point. I love what Meryl shared here in the comments. And it's funny. I want to say I just saw Jay Shetty speaking, and I want to say he said the same thing that Meryl just said here. That comparison is the thief of joy, and that is so true. The moment you start comparing yourself to somebody else, it takes away any joy from the progress that you've made.
it's called also the disease of more. Like even like